An interview with Australian incels. Uh-oh.
Hello, female.
I want to see the rest of it. Where's the rest of it?
The hidden online world of incels.
I have not interacted with a female that is not related to me in over 3 years.
They're mostly young men, usually virgins, who can't find a romantic or sexual partner.
Right.
I must become more attractive. It's my last chance.
But on the extreme end, some incels are becoming more menacing.
There was quite a few women that I did want to break their nose so they would be ugly.
Where staunch incels blame women and attractive men for the reason why they're not in a relationship.
Around 60 terror attacks that can be linked to incel actors.
We wanted to know who these incels.
I'm not sure, like, I mean, is that really true that incels are becoming terrorists? I don't know if that's the truth. Is it? I mean, to be fair, though, it makes logical sense.
Were, what they believed in, and just how extreme it could get. In this two-part investigation, we gain access to a world that is usually closed off, especially to women. We're on our way to meet 5 incels who we've been chatting to online for about a month now. They usually chat to each other in forums and in servers, but today they're meeting up. And they're letting us join. One of them, who we'll call Tom, is well known in the community for building a server, which is kind of like an online chat room. He's agreed to meet us first at a hotel.
There is most likely not a single female on the planet that would be willing to date me.
How do you define?
I disagree with that. I think he's a relatively decent looking guy. Right? And like all of his problems are personality based. Like he's relatively in good shape. Like he's not massively overweight. He doesn't have horrible hair. Like I can guarantee you if this guy worked out, he could get a girlfriend. He's probably 5'5". Well, he opened the door, right? So, like, let me see.
And they're letting us join.
5'5". He's probably about 5'6" or 5'7", I would say. Yeah, like if this is an 80-inch door, it's over. Wait, oh, it's already over for him. Oh shit.
There is most likely not a single.
I also want to let you guys know, it's possible to have trouble getting a girlfriend even if you're tall. I know this from experience.
Female on the planet that would be willing to date me.
How do you define what an incel is?
An incel is someone who is unable to get into a romantic relationship.
He's nervous to be on camera and has brought a mask with him to protect his identity.
Being an incel has become quite sensationalist.
Oh, it has.
I am worried that openly identifying as such in public might affect job prospects.
Why would you identify as an like? That's not really like what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get that. I don't understand what he means because like, I mean, it's the same as like being straight or gay. It's like your sexual preference. Like, what does this have to do with a job?
What do you think when you see a woman on the street?
I don't feel like I live in the same society as her. I think that every woman who encounters me on the street is inherently disgusted by me. I'm physically unattractive. I'm visibly autistic.
I think this is the problem that a person like this has. They think that the women that are walking by him are thinking about him. It's like he doesn't even realize that like most of the women that are walking by him aren't even looking at him or thinking about him or anything. It's all in his head. Yeah, exactly. Like he's like the main character. Everybody's thinking about him, around him, right? It's a mindset problem.
And I have no experience speaking to females.
Tom casually browsed forums a few years ago in high school. Now he feels so connected to the incel philosophy that he built his own chat room.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes incels can say some edgy statements.
Can you give examples?
An edgy statement would be something like, I hate all women, every woman is evil. Sometimes...
Yeah, I would say... like what? I hate all women? Oh my god, this is so good. I never expected this to be this good. Wow.
Sometimes a small minority of users, when they're lashing out in anger, might make jokes about sexual violence. I wouldn't paint the server as something too serious. A lot of this is just people just having like fun social interaction, fun banter.
In the 20 minutes we spent looking at the chat, we saw...
You're reaching woman levels. Oh my god.
Racial slur.
Women can't debate without resorting to insults because they're so emotionally driven. I want to look at the rest of these. Women are penis Vampires. Oh my god, this is amazing. How did I not see this whenever it came out?
Server has been taken down around 10 times. Those takedowns have not really had a dent on its popularity.
It's hard to know how many incels exist, especially when they connect in private servers like this one. On the most popular forum, there are millions of visits each year. By some estimates, at the very least, there are thousands of dedicated members worldwide.
There are probably millions of incels, absolutely. I mean, because you also have people that become incels like after they get divorced or after their girlfriend cheats on them or something like that. So it's not really like they're incels, but they're basically part of that same community. Oh, there's a lot of people like this. It's huge. I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, I know all about this. Like, anything crazy on the internet, I know all about it. Like, you guys need to understand, like, I was the first house on the whole block to get the internet in 2000 or 2001. It was one or the other. I don't remember which one. I think it might have been 2000. I might even have it before then. I just don't remember that well. So I've been on the internet ever since the very beginning, and I have a very, very good memory.
I do blame women to a significant extent for why we have so many men single, depressed, lonely. There may be definitely elements of misogyny in the community.
There may be elements of misogyny. That's quite a concession.
It would probably dissipate if a female showed interest in them.
We later catch up with the rest of the group in the park.
Hello? How are you? Good. Hello, female.
They're in their late teens and early 20s.
It's so good. God, it's amazing. I love this. Oh, wow. Does this kid think life owes him? Yeah, I think so. And they're just lonely, man. Yeah, I think that that's really the main issue, right? I mean, incel is like a growing pain. It's a growing pain from the switch from traditionalism to VR sex with animals that don't exist. And like having incels is like this weird middle ground that like you're going through. It's like going through like puberty or something like that, where it's like you're awkward, things don't really make sense, you get mad or cry randomly.
Most of them haven't given us their real names. After a month of speaking online, they've agreed to meet with us in person to explain a bit more about who they are. They agree to chat over lunch on the condition that their faces are blurred.
Is anyone here dating?
No.
No. I wouldn't be here. No.
If you're dating, then you're not an incel. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
It's that hard line?
If you can date, chances are you can have sex.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you an incel.
Like, if you're talking about going on dates, I think you can go on dates and be incel.
I'm more hardline in my definition.
I think a lot of this incel stuff, it's like main character syndrome. Like, it's all about you. The world is set up to hold you back. No, it's not. It doesn't give a shit about you.
Do your parents know that you're an incel?
No. My dad's like asked me when am I going to get a girlfriend or whatever. I feel like my mum knows I'm a loser.
I haven't spoken to an IRL void in 3 years. And that's partially because I do a STEM degree. Like, I've never been paired with a female. If I did, I'd probably just walk out.
I wanted to know what direction the incel movement was headed in. So I sat down with a researcher who spent 18 months looking at the largest incel forum on the internet.
We gathered over 1 million posts from just over a year of activity on the forum.
He found the number of visits were growing slowly and posts were getting more...
Well, of course people are going to become more incels, because the thing is that nowadays, like, this is the same thing that happens to girls, right? Like a 13-year-old girl goes on to Instagram and she sees like a bunch of other girls that are like really attractive, and it's like, she's a 13-year-old girl, she's stupid, right? So what does she know about Photoshop or makeup or, you know, camera angles or editing or any of that stuff, right? So she sees somebody like that and he's like, well, I'm always going to be ugly and I hate myself now. Well, I think this happens very often. And I think that for guys, it's just another version of it. Because guys will see, you know, other guys that are like, you know, really good looking dude, successful, he's got a bunch of girls around him, and it's like, they feel like, oh, I'm never going to be that person, right? There's lots of ugly dudes with hot girls. I am always amazed. I will be honest. I am always amazed whenever I see that. I see these girls, and it's like this ridiculously hot Instagram model, and she's got a boyfriend, And it's just a fat dude with an oversized t-shirt and a snapback hat on that's still got the sticker on it. Money? No, it's not all money. That's the thing. That's what's so crazy about it.
We asked him to read some out.
So this one is called Women Peak at 12. Who in their right mind would prefer a 22-year-old roastie to this? And they've got an image of a 12-year-old.
I think somebody needs a visit. Somebody needs a little bit of an investigation.
National Socialist Germany was the best country for incels. Males have a sufficient strength advantage. It's all designed to make women seem like they're subhuman.
In the most popular forum, about half of
Well, he's definitely right about that, is that, I mean, a lot of these people are just, they're insane, right? Some of them are insane. I think that what happens really is that a person feels like they've been marginalized by society, right? Effectively, they've just been marginalized by society for one reason or another. And they join a group of other people who also feel that way, and then they just radicalize each other. I think that these people would probably never be as like extreme as they are if they were just by themselves. But like there's a force multiplier effect that goes in whenever you have like a bunch of people getting together.
Members are Americans and Brits, but there are also Australians in there too. The group we've spoken to have never expressed any of these thoughts to us.
To be fair, it's not like they're going to say that, right? Nobody's going to come out and like, in the middle of a dinner be like, yeah, actually the girls that I like are the ages of, no, they're not going to say this shit, right? Of course not. That doesn't mean they don't think it.
Many users claim to be neurodivergent. Unfortunately,
well, I think that a lot of them probably are. And the reality is that there isn't really a lot of support for men that have like emotional problems. The reality is you look at it from a evolutionary perspective. It makes sense that a girl is going to want a guy that's big and strong, because then he can hit the other guys that aren't as big as strong with a hammer or a club if they try to attack her. Makes sense, right? It makes sense that a girl is going to want a guy that has a lot of money and resources or power, because he can use that power and money and resources to help their potential offspring, right? All of these things make logical sense. And also the other problem is that most men in society don't really need to exist in order to procreate in society, to continue society. Because one dude can get 20 girls pregnant, but one girl can only be pregnant with one guy's kid at a time. Basically, right? So it makes sense. This is caveman logic. You're right. As a matter of fact,
answers they're getting are that women are to blame for all this, and it just sort of breeds this toxic, violent rage towards women that's really dangerous.
But not all incels hate women and subscribe to the extreme end of things. Some go to great lengths to attract them. Raymond, he's hoping the gym is the answer. In YouTube videos, he talks about his journey to self-improvement, and so far he's had 500,000 views.
Hey guys, what's up? I am 30 and still alone.
We're about an hour out of Melbourne and meet Raymond as he heads to the gym.
I go to the gym 6 days a week. I want to build a good amount of muscle and get lean and shredded. It seems that a lot of people have been successful with that. I still haven't had a successful one-on-one encounter with a girl.
Why do you think you've not had much success with women?
Firstly, I'm a very small guy. Like 6-foot guys are a lot more successful. I don't know how to talk to women or anyone.
Up until now, most of the incels that we'd spoken to were virgins. But that's not the case with Raymond.
It has been some time since I had any sexual encounter that was not paid. I met some couples for threesomes and I found them not really fulfilling. Everybody has those same desires to want to feel desired and wanted.
I guarantee you this dude do himself a whole lot more favors learning on how to talk rather than working out. I'll tell you that 100%. It's not even a question. Like, that's just the way it can't talk. Who wants to go on a date with somebody who talks like that? I had to go to speech training whenever I was a kid. And like back in the day, I used to not be able to say the word photosynthesis. Even now, it's kind of hard for me to do because I was missing so many teeth.
Raymond is hoping to have changed his luck with women by his mid-30s.
Okay.
If I haven't succeeded, I'll probably start focusing on other things, maybe just enjoying my life and just rotting, as I say. I'll go back to my video games,
there you go.
start watching anime again, and maybe get a job.
Tom says he's no longer involved in running the server, but he's still given up on the idea of ever being in a relationship.
This is another thing, right? Look at his facial hair. He not taking care of himself.
It's just sort of like a huge gaping hole in your life and fitting into society, I guess. Having bleak views affects my mental health and many other incels' mental health by making us much less caring about our future prospects. The community is really the only reason why I stay, and as the situation for young men continues to get worse, it is inevitable that subgroups like incels will grow.
A lot of these people have a problem. Their biggest problem is their personality, right? Like all of their visual problems could be solved in one day. You know, like get a haircut, take care of your facial hair, you know, wear nice clothes, take a shower, you know, like clean yourself up, this kind of stuff, wash your ass, brush your teeth, these kinds of things. I'm not talking down. That's how I am too, right? This is primarily a personality issue because, again, like you're never going to get taller, but I've seen plenty of guys that are under 6 foot that have no problem getting girlfriend after girlfriend after girlfriend, right? It's happening all the time. But like, I mean, obviously being tall helps, right? It definitely does. You know, having money helps, definitely does. But I think the biggest problem most people have is personality. They're not interesting. They don't know how to talk to people. They're assholes.